Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you a simple, easy way that I like to put the black color on the bottom of my bleach blonde hair. So pretty much what I start doing is I like to use the L'Oreal Sublime Mousse. The reason why I always choose the mousse is because I feel like it's much easier to get the majority of your hair, especially if you're doing it by yourself. I really like the mousse because black is so easy to stain everything, and the mousse really makes sure that you don't slop it all over the place or anything like that. So definitely always, I've had black on the bottom of my hair a few times. I bleach it out sometimes, but I pretty much always use only the mousse. It's just much easier, much less messy, it covers a lot easier, all that good stuff. So that's exactly what we want. But here I am just mixing it. You want to be careful when you mix it. Don't, slosh it around because it'll make it really foamy, and you don't want it to be foamy. You want the pump itself to make it into the foam. But yeah, so pretty much what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be putting my hair half up. The reason I'm doing this is because I have a lot of layers in my hair, and I want the black to show on the very bottom of like the tips of my hair as well as being on the entire bottom. So that's pretty much what I'm doing right now. Keep in mind that if you have your hair parted in the middle, you might want to, be wary of where you part it exactly so it's much more even. My hair is parted much more on the right, so I wanted a lot more black to be showing on the right because I have a lot more hair over on that side, the way that my hair is parted. Another thing that I started doing is that you'll see me here start clipping up these little pieces on the sides of my hair. I do that for the purpose of that I don't want it to look like sideburns or anything like that, and it'll blend much more seamlessly if you do that. It won't be like shockingly black right in the front of your hair. It'll kind of blend nicely backward, which is exactly the purpose of what we're doing. We want it to look nice, sort of blended. Maybe pretend like we got a professional, whatever you can do just to pull it off. But yeah, that's pretty much the way that I do it. And also, I know that I haven't washed it out yet, but just like a little side note is that when you're washing out your hair, you're going to want to keep it up in that bun. Pretty much for the purpose of that, if your hair is super light like mine, which it probably is if you're putting black on the bottom or something like that, but if it's super light, similar to mine, you're going to want to keep it in that bun when you're washing it out because black is just such a serious color. It really sticks to everything. It'll stick to, you'll see at the end of the video, it really sticks to my skin, and I really had a hard time getting it off. But pretty much, I would suggest to just wash out the bottom first because you will get, if you wash it out just like the regular way that you wash out your hair, you're going to get these weird black mixing within your light hair, and it's going to be a weird gray color on your tips, and it's just not going to be cute. So that's not what we want. We want it to be an obvious difference, an obvious contrast between the two. So here I am starting to get ready, putting gloves on. Definitely want to use gloves for this because, like I said, that dye sticks so much, and yeah, definitely want to use gloves, but I'm just going to speed it up a little here. You're going to see how quickly the black dye turns, and be really careful going around my hair, going around the entire ends of it just to make sure that I get all of it. Sorry about the lighting. It went crazy right now. But yeah, I'm pretty much mostly doing the bottom at first, and then I go back. I'm much more careful, and I start to do the ends. Like you'll see me slowly going up on the sides and stuff like that. So yeah, I think I left this in for not even 20 minutes. My hair is so light and it takes color so well. Oh, yep, there you go. There you see me. I have a mirror that's mounted against my wall, and there I am trying to get the last pieces. So that's what I was talking about with the mousse, though, is that it's really easy for you to just kind of, smear it right on there and be able to get it on. So I made this part back to regular time right now just because I really wanted you guys to be able to see how easy it is to do it on your own and be able to get back there and get that nice, that nice crisp line. In case you do ever wear your hair up, you don't want it to be ridiculous and have all these weird spots and stuff like that. So that proves my point about the dye. But, yeah, so what I'm doing right now is I'm slowly going around the crown of my head, trying to get all those little spots that I missed and stuff like that. You see how much it stained my neck already? That's going to be so long to get off. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Just a little side note, if you really want to be able to get that black color on your skin, what really works, and I don't know why it works, but if you get cigarette ash and a little bit of water, and you mix it in with the paste, and then you mix the paste onto your skin, it really gets that color off. I don't know what it is. It's science, whatever, but it's awesome. So try it. Take it from me to dye my hair all the time. But anyway, this is the finest of the finished result. Bleh, I can talk. This is the finished result. It's pretty much what it looks like. You can see it peeking through on the bottom of my layers, and you know, I'm really happy with it. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope it was helpful. Good luck, guys. Thanks.
Hi everybody. So today I'm going to be doing a review for the L'Oreal Casting Creme Gloss 360 Black Cherry. This is colour. The sun's gone down now, so you can't really see it. I have brushed my hair through, so don't wash your hair, just wet it. I think this is because the natural oils in your hair actually protect against the damaging elements in the hair dye. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's why, because this is what you get inside. So you get casting creme gloss too. I actually like to keep these bottles after I wash them out as well and use them for like hair oil treatments and different things. There's a little tube of colour. There's a conditioner. Also want to make sure you're wearing something dark, just putting the towel around your shoulders. So here there are two options. So we've got option A is if you have never coloured your hair, or if you last coloured your hair over 3 months ago, which is the option I'm going for. Or option B would be if your hair has been coloured in the last 3 months. Okay, so option A then. So, and then you're going to get your colour bottle. And then you want to squeeze all of that into developer. And then you're going to dispose of that. Next you want to mix it all together, just shake it to mix it. Now I'm just going to use my finger to just like squeeze a layer. So you need to make sure that you use all of the mixture. So if you've got really, really long or really thick hair, you might need to. But I find that casting gloss does actually cover a lot of hair. It's close to the skin. Never dyed your hair before, or if you have not dyed your hair in the last 3 months, you will need to apply all of the mixture throughout the lengths of your hair and the roots for the full 20 minutes. Apply the hair dye to the roots of the hair for the first 15 minutes. For the final 5 minutes, you will need to apply the rest of the hair dye throughout the length of your hair. Okay, so now, as you can see, I've put all the colour on and then look at it. You can use a wide tooth comb and brush it through if you want to make sure that it's really even. And you just want to like put it up so that it's out of the way and leave it on for 20 minutes. So now in this 20 minutes, I'm going to do my tan and get ready. just put some argan oil and coconut oil on the ends as a heat protectant because I'm going to straighten my hair, just so that you can really see the colour better. So the straightener that I am using is the GHD limited edition Candy Collection. Okay, so now I'm going to go and put on a lighter top because my hair's sort of blending in with this dark top, but it's really soft. I do like the Casting Gloss collection anyway. I do tend to always go for that brand. I've actually got another one. Before I was sent this black cherry colour to review, I had actually already purchased chocolate truffle. Now my hair tends to just grab colour, so I'll put it on for the recommended time, which is 20 minutes, and it just goes black. So I left it on for 15 minutes. Yeah, you can kind of see there's a reddy tint to it. It's called Black Cherry. So technically it is supposed to be blackish, and then when the sun hits it, it's gonna have a red tint. Nice colour, really nice gloss, and I do recommend them. So thank you to L'Oreal for sending me that product to review. I love it, and I'll see you soon.
What we have here is a failure to communicate. What we have here is a black hair health crisis, right? A black hair health crisis. Let's just give you an overview right here, right, of some of the pics that's out there. What we actually were searching was the lace weave cancer and perm link, right? That the latest news has come out that the lace weaves, right? The lace weaves are causing cancer, forehead cancer in black women, right? In black women, especially. This is the news. Now, you know, this is the evidence. This is the truth, right? Now, in spite of that knowledge, the many ones knowing what they know will continue, right? Is there a connection also, since the hair and the root, you understand, a tree cannot grow, right, without roots, right? If a tree loses its roots, it will not grow. And so that also now connects with the black hair health crisis that's going on. There's an epidemic of baldness, right? There's an epidemic of baldness that's also going on, in particular in large numbers among black women, right? Now, this is not something that is a part of our true culture, but people have gone astray from the way, and they are caught in a cult, right? They have been seduced. The Black Eve has been seduced. The black woman, to use that metaphor right there, the Black Eve has been seduced. The serpent entered in the garden, and we have to also say this, that it's the black man, almost in the very same way. The fault is Adam's. Right? The fall is really Adam's. So although we have to contend, right, with the aftermath, right, and perhaps other generations too will have to contend with this. Look at this right here. I want to show this. This is what Naomi Campbell. Like you see this epidemic, right, going on of receding hairlines and baldness and balding. Look over here. In this particular pic right there. Look at that right there. You even have some so-called effeminized men doing the same thing, right? Because their mother's black, right? Now, look over here. This baldness going on, you know? And I knew about some of this before. And I know my mom, it's my own mother, she wears wigs. But one thing I noticed about her over the years, she refused to do that perm thing. As many, not many, but there's a few other black women that have refused. Of course, they, you know, with the wigs, there's the wigs, but wigs is one thing, right? These lace weaves are something totally different, right? And one day I got to see her after my earthly father passed, and you know, I started spending a little more time around her, and she didn't have one of the, like I call it, the church wigs that she might wear. I saw her natural hair, and I was shocked. She had a nice, like almost like an Ethiopian afro, right? Because what I picked up from my time out in the so-called world among the flesh and the devil, right, is that a lot of black women, especially older black women, are bald. Not all, but what I'm saying is, if that was bad even a couple of generations ago, it is continuing as a health crisis to metastasize and even get worse, right? And see, now we're being told that, well, we are not supposed to say nothing about this. Do you know what's coming next? What's coming next is going to be like a plague of death. You understand? Sickness is breaking out already, right? You know, the warning shots have been fired, in other words, across the bow. You understand? Information, research, study, even many women who were seduced by this, right, and started to see the ill effects and the health issues have spoken up and spoken out. And many of them also, what's that right here, right? You know, and no wonder there's an epidemic of transvestism or trannies or, you know, so forth and so on. Because when you, I mean, look at this. Look at this, and we're told that we're supposed to accept it as normal. And remember, most of these women here are victims. You know, most of them are victims, right? But they are not victims who are not, they're not victims without an opportunity to change their way, right? To repent, to have a change of mind. But if the head is all messed up, what is the heart going to be like? You understand? So when we see a lot of these kind of vids where the beast, right? I mean, there's this other sort of a black woman is coming out, right? I mean, something that we have not known, we have not seen. Perhaps this happened long time ago. You see what I'm saying? But it's not anything that is known from recent history. In fact, over the past 40 years, we see this epidemic increasing exponentially over the past 40 years. Now, some would say, well, white women do this. But wait, I thought we were proud to be black, right? But black is just a color. Some would say, oh, it's a state of mind. But black is not a culture in that sense. Let's understand how we use this particular word right here. And now we're told that they even have a little girl over here, a little baby girl that, I don't, was that her hair? I thought she had a wig on, but then I started to read up on more of it, and it's actually a weave that she has. It's not just a wig or whatever, but it is a weave. But they say mother like daughter, right? Mother like daughter. The good news for us is that there is a way out. The bad news is that many have turned deaf to reproof and rebuke. You understand? And thus, this black here health crisis here. Black here health crisis. Right? It's not just, okay, they're straight in their hair. But now this thing is medical, right? Well, maybe they're going to get Obamacare. Maybe Obamacare is going to help them. And I'm saying that sarcastically, because more are going to die. Like Bob even said, many will have to suffer, right? Many will have to suffer. Many will have to die. You know, don't ask me why, because Jah already told you, and Jah is not mocked. Black woman, are you listening? Jah is not mocked. You are being mocked. But see, that's the thing about a deceived person. It's saying one who is deceived, right? So we can shout at them, we can argue with them, you know, we can even mock them, right? I would say, brothers and sisters, we really need to pray that if Jah is willing, in Yeshua, in the black inside, may they come to their senses before it's too late. Because this crisis is going to get worse before it gets better. Yet, like with Eve, like with biblical Eve was deceived, yes. The man wasn't deceived, but bro, no need for you to say the man wasn't deceived, the woman was deceived, it wasn't for the woman, but it's like, this is what, the same argument coming out against these, here had it, biatches, right? Here had it, they like to term bitches, I was shocked. We're not supposed to say the word nigger, you understand? But it's all right to say the word bitch, because remember, the serpent has crept in the garden, right? And Adam allowed it, right? Many of, I never liked this, really, I'll be honest with you. I try to deal with the person and not excuse the here. I'm talking about my own experience. First time I had a girlfriend, and she had this kind of hair. It was seductive. It was a seduction in a sense. You know what I mean? This happened about more than 20 years ago. And then I ran my hair. I did the so-called nigger biatch, unpardonable so-called sin. I tried to run my hair through her head. You understand? And then as I put my hair through her head, it hit up on something. It's like I thought I was caught in a bear trap. And I was like, and then she jumped up, and it was a little bit comical on a certain level. And then she kind of showed me what was, what it was about and everything. She, eventually took that out and everything of her hair, because I was into the knowledge and not just the knowledge, but because of grace. The relationship didn't bear fruit of a relationship. I don't want to even get into some of my personal, even though it's a testimony. But I'm just testifying to the first time that I encountered this, and it was like action. Anyway, this is a crisis. There is a real epidemic. There's a real health crisis. That's what I want to point out. I mean, let's click on this one right here so you can see this. There is a health crisis. When I look at some of these pics, this is like something out of like a cartoon, right? This is like something out of Disney or something like that. It must be called that princess syndrome. Part of it is the princess syndrome. So some of it has been programmed, right? Programmed. So like when we go back to the whole thing about the white doll and the black doll, ones had done studies out there where a young black girl, when asked which doll was more beautiful, right, she said, oh, it's the white doll. A lot of people were kind of outraged about that. And see, this is living in the image of somebody else. We can even say living in the image of the beast, but this is not to demonize so-called white folks, even though some of y'all say it's all the white man's fault, right? It's like saying it was all the devil's fault. Well, the devil had his hatred, you understand? But if the black man, right, was speaking up, and even myself, I must admit, when, this girlfriend of mine, it did look sexy, and whatever that means, based on these images, right? Based on these images, based on this particular image, it did seem sexy and nice and everything. But once, maybe that's why a lot of black women, they say, don't touch their hair. Because once I touched it, and once my fingers ran into that bear trap, you see, once my fingers ran into that bear trap and everything, that really, it was no longer sexy to me. It wasn't. It was, it was like, what is this? What is this? So here we see a couple of, you can even see the mannequin. It's like the people are looking like mannequins. They had some pictures of some of these women, black women, And at first, I could not tell whether it was whether it was a human being or whether it was a mannequin. And the health crisis is also psychological, right? It's spiritual, it's psychological, and as we've been pointing out, lace front weaves cause cancer. It's proven. It's a fact. You know, whether you like it or not, it's a fact. You can say that it's not going to happen to you until it happens to you. It's a fact, right? It's a fact. Perms cause fibroids. It's a fact, right? It's a fact. So when we start hearing, folks say, oh, I have alopecia, I have this, I have that. The European, for their Negropean creation, they'll make up some diseases. They'll find some Latin words and call it something. They say, oh, my condition is, my doctor said my condition is such and such and such and such. It matters not, right? It matters not. Your grandmother, your great-grandmother. You see, we're talking about health here, right? We're talking about health here, right? We're talking about life. We're talking about, I guess that's not what's important. I guess that's not what's, and what is up with this pucker up sort of thing? You understand? Instead of going down to Egypt, right? Speaking about Martin Luther King Jr. and his dream. Did you know that the dream that Martin talked about wasn't part of the script? He flipped the script on the script, and he also flipped the script on the script. But that actually, if you look at a CNN documentary, right, on Martin Luther King Jr., in the CNN documentary, it was actually a blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman that told about her dream that she had, and one of King's aides actually ran in and told King, and some on King's staff didn't want to include it. At the last minute, King put it in there, and one of the civil rights leaders at the time, it's on the documentary, CNN documentary, he said, oh, expletive, delete it. We did a video called Dream Lie. You can check it out at the lojsociety.org. You understand? In fact, we need to probably play it on RastafariGroundation.com and everything, so ones can check it out for themselves. It's kind of long, but we really wanted to go through some of the details, right? Because they say the devil is in the details. Anyway, let me get off this subject matter. I'm really kind of sick and disgusted with this. Not because folks are doing it or so forth and so on, but because many will hear in one ear and they'll just go out the next ear. You see what I'm saying? And but for y'all who do hear, and hopefully might be some potential sisters out there that will hear this appeal, right, to whatever soul, right, whatever soul you still have, right, and you'll get out of this cult, out of this hair cult. That's what it is. It's an addiction, right? It's an addiction, and as most addictions go, most addictions usually, inevitably, turn deadly, right? And we already are seeing the first fruits of this black hair health crisis. More to come. Shalom Ras Tafari.